if you haven't figured out by now, we're not Republican or Democrat. I can't help you. If you shut us out because you think we're just some more conservatives, I can't help you. We're very clear about that. I'm more libertarian and bent, but I'm not a libertarian because there's things I disagree with there, right? So all that to say, I'm a liberty guy. I love liberty. If one side exudes it more than the other, okay, that's the system we have right now. Am I fighting for another party? Absolutely, I am. I do think we need something outside of the Republican and Democrat ticket.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Now, to say all that, let's preface this. If the states feel that another state can cheat, it ruins their chances as well because we're all blanketed under the 50 state, like we're all under the United States government, right? If states can cheat to win an election, that does something to Texas because now it blankets
affects them.
It does. Now, they could have constitutional sheriffs, praise God, that'll stand up against unconstitutional authority. They could have judges that say, no, that's not right from the federal government. That's their duty. They're supposed to be the ones that stand up against the federal government, okay? I'm prefacing something before I make my point. Article 3 basically says this, that the Supreme Court can only weigh in on matters arising under the Constitution of these United States. Our amendment number 10 is there. Whatever rights are not guaranteed or granted to the government are guaranteed to states respectively. It is the states that have the most authority in all matters. They do. And if there's a dispute amongst the states, they have to go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So if they're feeling like, hey, there's a violation here, we got to file a lawsuit, we got to do something here, and you tell them it's not under Article 3, let me ask you a question. Under Article 3, then, where's bathrooms? Where's marriage? How come you can do those things, but you can't hear a state that's saying, hey, man, there's something wrong here. We saw some ethical violations that happen, and it'll affect our state. How come they can hear those things that aren't even constitutional? Has nothing to do with the federal government. Your states do. And why are people saying that? Listen to this. I want you guys to see this. This is it. Texas versus Pennsylvania. This is the pending case that happened in December. It said the state of Texas motion for leave to file a bill of complaint is denied for lack of standing under Article 3. Article 3 says you can't even do anything except it's under the Constitution. We can't weigh in on matters. Amendment number 10 is in there. It states protection. That's the one thing you should be hearing. Oh, they didn't have sufficient evidence. Really? Are you not seeing what's going on all over the country? This is not about Trump. This is about the integrity of our republic. This has nothing to do with Republican and Democrat. This has to do with the voice of the people. This has to do with the state of Florida, the state of South Dakota, the state of Texas, those that stood, well, not so much the state of Texas, other states that stood against the federal government or mandates. It affects them. Yeah. And if we allow states to just steal elections, it will affect your state. So guess what that does to the state of Florida? We look rebellious. Isn't that awesome? Because you know what they do is they start to tell you that you're rebellious. You're not following the crowd. You know what? The one thing Thomas Jefferson said to do was stay vigilant. Eternal vigilance is the price of freedom, which means you should be out there talking about liberty and freedom. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between a liberty talker and a person that goes and loots and riots buildings and stuff like that? You're fighting for you. I'm fighting for a nation. You're fighting for you and your own little thing. And you're willing to do everything at all costs to make sure that you're free so that everybody, including a government, treats you better than the next guy. What I'm saying is get government out of your business so you can be treated fairly by your neighbor. Because everything these guys are complaining about, oh, there's systemic racism. Who started that? Government. Right? Or, there's not enough workplace equality going on. It can't exist. Equality. It will never exist. Do you know why? Because populations are different. If there's more poverty in other states, listen, why isn't the church doing anything? I know that's a blanket statement. I did that on purpose. You see how that shocked people? It's like, why isn't the church doing anything? The church is. You just don't hear about it. You just don't hear about it. Because we don't want people to be responsible. We want them to depend on the government. And that's exactly what's been happening. So this stuff right here, this stuff about the Supreme Court, this is why you can't trust people. I don't give a crap if it's Kavanaugh. I don't care if it's, what's her name? Amy Coney Barrett. I don't care who it is. Politicians will deceive you. And you know why? It's easily deceived because people don't know the law. Oh, see, the Supreme Court said it's done. Can't do it anymore. I won't even read the rest. This has everything to do with knowing the law. And you know what? You know what the answer is here? People are going to be like, what's the answer here? What's the answer? I'll tell you the answer. The states better keep fighting. The states better start usurping their own authority. The states better start saying, we have more authority than you, federal government. The states better be the ones that say, you know what, Georgia, we're not going to take that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Pennsylvania, we're not going to take that. The states have to be the ones. If not the states, then the counties. If not the counties, then you. That's what it takes. It takes you. And people are going to be like, so then what do I do? Y'all figure it out. Research. Each state is different. There's so many different avenues we can change here, even in our own state of Florida. But just start doing.